Hello YouTube, Sharps 1874 here, and today we have another installment of What the Heck Is It? And here it is. Let's get a good close look at that. There's a little lever on the side, this little red disc. And it comes in a cute little box, and the name of the device is on the box, so I'm not going to show it to you because last time I did, somebody went to the internet and quickly found out, so you got to think about this. So also, if you look right here, there's an arrow. So let's move that arrow, and as the arrow moves, this grows, and you can't hear, but there's a faint whir going on. Okay, there we go. What is it? We will reveal what it is in the next video. All right, that is obviously not the, we'll put it back in its little case, and it's ready for use next time. That's not the subject of today's reloading bit of information. I want to talk about 45 ACP. So I've got a used shell right here, and I've got a barrel. Guess what? It's unloaded. There's nothing in there. Okay? I hope no one writes up and says, he pointed a gun barrel at his head. Yes, I did. But I'm actually not pointing it at my head, I'm pointing it past my ear. Okay? The reason this video is important is because of the way 45 ACP works in the barrel. There is a counterbore in here, or a seat, that this edge of the cartridge sits on. So when it goes in, it sits right there, and that's how it finds its depth. The depth is totally dependent on the length of the case and where this edge is. Why is that important? Okay, here's a bullet, not a real bullet, no primer, there's no powder. Let's see. See, I've got two bullets, both no primers. When this goes in there, it sets just like it's supposed to. It doesn't matter where the bullet is, it sets based on that edge. Boom. All right. If you go to the reloading manuals, it says sometimes it's okay to put a slight tapered crimp on your 45 ACP. I trust the reloading manuals, but in my practice, that's not a good thing. So the difference between this bullet and this one is this one has a taper. Now, it's a little bit more than a slight taper, granted that. You can barely even feel the edge. But when that goes in there, and you have to remember that it's being driven home by the slide, it can get wedged in there. Okay, I got it out. But it can be wedged in there, boom, when it hits by the slide. Whoop, wasn't that cute? Want to see that again? I don't know what I can duplicate that. When it goes in there, it can actually get past the lip, the counterbore lip that's in there, and you can create a problem. Okay, what can that do? Personal experience time, I don't recommend this. Don't ever do this, but this is what can happen. Take a look at the primer. This was a bullet not shot in this gun, in this barrel of this gun, but it got stuck with a slight taper, a slight taper crimp, and so as it's trying to extract, it's being slow. It actually mushroomed out, and yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not going to be able to resize that, obviously. This is just goes in my don't ever do this pile. This was many, many, many years ago, like in 1980-ish, that I read the manual. It said it's okay to put a slight taper on, slight taper crimp. Nah, don't do that. For 45 ACP, just put it in. Make sure that the edge, after it's sized, after it's expanded, and after you push the bullet in, that edge on the bullet, or on the cartridge, the brass, fits in there and can easily be extracted. Even if this is slammed home. Ooh, let's do this. Okay, primer's been spent. We're simulating the strike of the slide. It comes right out. This other one that had this slight crimp on it, doing the same thing. Remember, no primer, no danger. Yeah, that didn't want to come out. I'm going to have to work on this one. All right, so we've learned something about 45 ACP. Yes, the reloading manuals say that it's okay to put a very slight tapered crimp on your bullets. You can do that if you choose to. I choose not to, because I've had this happen to me. I'm Sharps 1874, and I thought you might like to know.